Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is March 16, 2022, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Dow Jones bounces hard yesterday, over 700 to 800 points move. But before we get to that, looking at the major economic events of the day, today out of the United States, one of the most important numbers coming out at 8 p.m. South African time, FOMC rate statement coming out. That's an interest rate decision. Very, very important, sure to move the markets. Now, looking at the major pairs in the Forex symbols, didn't really do much, tapering off on lower volume. In terms of the indices, the Dow Jones bounced hard, while the NASDAQ also bounced, but not as hard. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. Looking at commodities, gold and oil continue to retreat. Well, in terms of the stocks, it's the tech stocks that bounced the hardest. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, which still remains unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the Euro USD. You can see pretty much, I mean, it is unchanged. 109.72, really not doing much. GBP also, and also the Australian dollar, just getting a little bit of a spike there, but nothing really to write home about. It's everything being consolidated right now. I think everybody's just digesting all this information and seeing how it's going to actually play out. However, looking at commodities and oil, you can see that we retraced significantly from our 2066 move down to 1918. We were trading about a year here yesterday. So, I mean, this is a continual. We are coming to what's considered some support-ish level at this 1900-ish level, so just be aware of it. Looking at crude oil at $97, nice little turnaround from last week. You see that V formation. Look at that. That's as V as you can get. Now looking at the U.S. markets, okay, this is really where it's been happening. Looking at the Dow Jones, look at these moves. Okay, the Dow Jones traded all the way down to 32,500-ish level, and you could see that today we're at 33,500. So I mean, 1,000 points is just incredible for this particular index. So just be aware, like even in pre-market right now, we're trading higher. So they're going to take this as high as they can right before the number. I mean, that's what's going to look like it's going to play out. Looking at the NASDAQ also, breaking above that moving average, the 8-day moving average, really very significant as this is kind of coming back to itself. Now looking at the individual stocks, Apple trading at 155, a nice hard bounce. Again, hitting that moving average. Let's see if it does break above it. Also, Facebook hitting that moving average at 192. I mean, it's still in a downwards momentum, but altogether, I mean, you know, we're half of what almost we used to be, okay, in terms of the stock. So that's a significant retracement for Facebook. Looking at Microsoft, also we bounced hard yesterday above that moving average as well. Now looking at JP Morgan as well, not as strong, okay? So you see the tech stocks are the ones that are carrying us higher. The question is whether or not this is a dead cat bounce, okay? A dead cat bounce means that after you have such massive selling, you have a short squeeze in the markets, and then you taper off again, you go back to your lows. That's the question I'm asking myself, whether or not this is that. Okay, time will tell. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, not doing much here. I mean, we're looking at a daily, it's really very tight. Okay, there's not really a lot doing there. But looking at the U.S. markets, with the FOMC rate statement coming out today, with the Dow Jones just continuously going orbital, there might be some good news when we come to the Fed meeting later today. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.